Hello, everyone. My name is Nekme Obasogi, reporting from Toronto, Canada. You are welcome to Nebo TV. It's all the way from the northern region of Nigeria, Mr. Magnus Oraka. Hello, sir. Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Thanks for joining the show today, sir.
Thank you.
So the SASA decided to launch their own security outfit named BRACED. I saw this article yesterday evening. It's not very elaborate, but what do you think about this security outfit? Do you think it will help to reduce the insecurity that is ravaging the lives of people in the region?
Now, you see, thank you again for having me once again in your program. The truth is this, Nigeria as it is metamorphosing Nigeria as it is metamorphosizing is gradually coming to that stage where the mischief of the North is catalyzing and galvanizing the rest of the country into taking their destiny in their own hands. Before now, we had an Amotekun,
Yes.
which received a lot of attacks, particularly from the northern hegemony. Why they chose to attack the establishment of Amotekun still remains it's not mystery. Still remains something that bewilders the viewer. Now, after the Amotekun, a lot of other regions have found the need that necessitates that they too should have their own security network. Before BRACED, we have very recently the IPOB, the banned IPOB, otherwise known as terrorists by the Nigerian government, who established single-handedly by their leader Nnamdi Kanu the Eastern Security Network, which has received a lot of criticism, and the overwhelming criticism it has is because such an outfit was established by one individual without adequate consultation and discussion with stakeholders such as governors, the elders, the youths, community leaders, community heads, and a host of others who have a stake in the running of the affairs of the region. So when this BRACED came out, the first thing that got my attention is the acronym in itself, BRACED. The meaning of BRACED is bringing together, is locked together, held together. So the name in itself was very fascinating. BRACED in itself means Bayelsa, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Cross Rivers, Edos, and Delta. So the fact that whoever brought that name, what's that? Okay, is it noise from your end?
Yes. Yeah, it's from my side. So.
Hello.
Yes. Go ahead.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Okay. I said whoever coined the acronym BRACED was ingenious. Now, what even became more fascinating is the fact that it's the governors that came together and facilitated this security outfit. And if you had read further, you would also realize that some of our outstanding military generals in the region are involved, and they clearly spelled out that this is a body that will further determine how the security network is going to operate. But what is even more overwhelmingly of joy to me is the fact that we are telling those who think that they have the power to single-handedly decide for their people that such a system is archaic. And now that our governors have decided to come together, let's give them the benefit of the doubt that this is not just a what do I say it? Just a rhetoric. This is not a mere braggadocio. This is a security outfit that is formed with all its intended resolution, and no type of intimidation from the and one thing here is that anytime the South takes a decision, the North, you get me, is very careful to react, because this is the goose that lays the golden egg. So it is only us that will, you know, exacerbate the situation now, or downplay our security network if we begin to succumb ourselves to the game that they not to play, because the game they usually play is to nourish our greed. They will call some of our people now and then offer them big amount of money to ensure that this resolve to form a security outfit in our region does not exist. So my prayer is that those behind this BRACED security network will not sell their land because of the offer of monetary enticement. And what is even annoying about anytime the North offers us money is that they use your own money to entice you. Whatever money they are going to promise you is your money. So it's foolish that somebody takes your own money from your own land to entice you, only to drop what you have that is working for you. I'm saying this because of, before now we had the Niger Delta Avengers who held Nigeria to a standstill. In fact, they held Nigeria at the scrotum. At a point, I was living here in the North, they were saying that Buhari is going to wipe them out, but when they saw that they were crippling the economy of Nigeria, and for sure they know that the North cannot survive if the South is not thriving. So they had to negotiate. Now that we have this Niger Delta Avengers gone, how was it squashed? They simply called them and asked them to name their price. Today, those people who formed the Niger Delta Avengers are multi-millionaires. They were bribed and given money that was taken from your own land. The North is nothing without the wealth of the South. Like I said, even yesterday when we had a discussion, I said, last I checked, he who plays the piper dictates the tune. You get me? So we are the one feeding Nigeria. So this BRACED security network is long overdue. But what again I will certainly hope for is if the Southeast, that is the Igbo nation, are now willing to play their game and their cards well, if they can also form a security network that is backed by legal and government paper, such as their House of Assembly, their governors, and their community head, and that, the next thing I'm looking for is a kind of synergy between Amotekun, BRACED, and whatever security network that the Igbos are able to bring out. Certainly not Eastern Security Network. The Eastern Security Network is just an army formed by one individual that is set out to furnish his megalomania with a view to seeing that he is able to control his the Biafra in his imaginary mind. Thank you.
Okay. Do you mean that the Southeast security outfit is different from the ones that the Biafrans implemented?
We have a recalcitrant in the person of Nnamdi Kanu, who believes that he has an organization called Indigenous People of Biafra. Now, the name Indigenous People of Biafra in itself has an encompassing, a seemingly encompassing embrace. Now, in the mind of Nnamdi Kanu, his IPOB, the Biafra as suggested in IPOB, includes a larger expanse beyond what we know as the Igbo territory, that is the 5 states. The Biafra of his imagination includes the 5 states, the 6 states of the South region, and the Benue state, and a few parts that cuts into the middle belt. That is his own Biafra. So when he said he set up a security network, also in his imaginary mind, he has a security network that he has set up for me and you. The man in Edo State is answerable, is protected by this security network. The man in Uroboland is protected by this security network. The man in Benue State is protected by this security network. And so is the man in Igbo land, and also is the man in Bayelsa and Rivers and everything. So the man feels, because he's the supreme leader of his imaginary Biafra, he has taken upon himself by the powers vested in him to form a security network that behoves on everybody. So what is even more insulting about this Nnamdi Kanu's Eastern Security Network is because you are, like in some thread on my Facebook chat, they will say that, am I happy with the way Fulanis are raping my sisters? I now ask them, now your sister they rape? Shana, my sister, did I ask you? Did I seek for your help? Did I tell you that I cannot take care of the situation in my hand? Was there a time that I asked you to come and provide security for me? If you are capable of providing security for me, is there any record that you've been able to protect your own self? It would be stupid for me to ask somebody who has not shown evidence of protecting himself to come and protect me. So I think the urgency with which BRACED emanates is as a result of the audacity and the effrontery that Eastern Security Network has established by Nnamdi Kanu and his proscribed IPOB.
Oh, it was a kind of an imaginary security outfit. Yeah.
When you call it imaginary, it shows that you want to take the threat that these people pose. You want to shy away from the threat. You want to psych yourself and believe that these people don't pose a threat. But I want to tell you unequivocally that the threat we have as a people is not even the Boko Haram. The threat we have as a people is the very people who pretend that they are your brother, but they are actually gunning to subjugate you into believing that they are your protector. And by so doing, you see, the most dangerous person is one who comes into your house and say, I am your brother, I am your friend, I will look after, I'm going to protect your interests, but I'm actually in your house with another motive, to purify your house and take whatever is your house. What they are trying to do is to make us become unwatchful, relax that, yes, these people are our brother and they are here to protect us. When we do that, they begin to they say your land is Biafra land. That in itself, doesn't it suggest something? With the Biafra land, but they are saying that your land is Biafra. There is no paper signed to the effect. There is no agreement to the effect. But they say, in fact, they are even angry. They are even angry when you say you are not. When you say you are not Biafra.
Okay, sir. They are just saying it. They have not practicalized it. You understand? So it's just a statement that.
So are we going to sit back? Are we going to sit back and wait until they practicalize it before we start reacting?
No, they are just saying it. So there's no action attached to it. It's just a statement, not until they try to practicalize it.
As they are just saying it. Now so we say we are just saying it. They are just saying it that we are Biafra. We too are just saying it that we are not Biafra. So And
But
when you are serious too, it
sir,
will be serious.
yes, but the political leaders are not responding to this claim that Edo, land, Delta, all these places belong to Biafra land. So we are still expecting
Let
the
me
leaders to
let me tell
to
you, let me tell you the hypocrisy. Let me tell you the hypocrisy in this thing, in case you don't know, because like I told you, I was in the system, in the IPOB system, though for a short time, but I learned a lot within the period of sojourn that I had with these people. The truth is this: there are many categories of IPOB and the Igbo people. First and foremost, IPOB is a conglomerate of Igbo supremacists. People who believe that Igbos were born superior, Igbos were born special, Igbos were born as the best human being that's created in the world. These are the people that make up IPOB. That is why they don't listen to anybody. That is why they don't listen to any advice, because you that you are trying to advise them, they don't even see you as having the capability or the extra intelligent or IQ that measures to them to even suppose that you want to
sir,
counsel them.
sir, I understand
Now,
you. I understand you, but these people are just agitating for Biafra, for secession. But can this dream be actualized? That is the big question. And
no,
they are,
Biafra cannot be actualized. Not with
and
this kind of
moreover,
what.
they are not practicalizing what they are saying. Therefore, we should not take this too seriously, because when it comes to
No. I beg to cut you here. You
mm,
see, you are the third person that is saying that we should not take them seriously. That would be the biggest error that any. Please, listeners, I deeply, profoundly disagree with this, that we should not take them seriously. Let me tell you why you should take these people seriously. This man has a radio station. And in see, there is no better weapon than the weapon of ideology.
mm,
What the Fulani did, let me give you why you should take Nnamdi Kanu seriously and IPOB seriously. The Fulanis were able to conquer where they are today because they sold the ideology that the indigenes there are not, their lineage and heritage is inferior to that of the Fulanis. As I'm talking to you today, the Nupe man who accepts, and in order to cement that ideology, they give you Islam. You embrace the religion of Islam. As I'm talking to you here today, the Nupe man, the Hausa man, the Gwari man, a whole lot of tribe in the north. There are so many tribes in the north, but because all of them practice one religion, you tend to think that there's only one tribe in the north. Even in your state, Edo State, the people of Auchi, the Edo North that practice Islam, you see them, they dress like the northerners. During the last election, you find that when all of us are voting to protect the interests of the South, those group there are voting to protect the interests of the North. So it is because they have been sown the weapon of ideology. So what Nnamdi Kanu is also doing is to also sow the weapon of ideology. That is why you see him saying that the man in Urobo land is not Igbo. Is not Urobo, he is Igbo. The man in Edo State, he is not Edo, he originated from a man called Ogudomi Godo. Therefore, he's Igbo. And whether you like it or not, and his target is the young mind. He
mm,
is targeting young mind, not me and you.
I
Hold on, hold on,
understand.
hold on, hold on,
I
hold
understand
on,
you
hold
now,
on.
sir. I understand you clearly now. Yeah.
So in the next 20 years, in the
Mm,
next 20 years, some of us, like some of who are 54 now, in the next 20 years, I'll be 74. If I any day, any year I live plus 74 is God's grace. By 70, if you die, they say you try. So even if I'm not dead, I'll be too weak to effect anything. So what this man is doing is to infect this generation with this ideology.
mm,
So that by the time the older generation dies off, this young generation who now believe that they are all Igbo, the Edo youths who now believe that they are Ogodomi Godo, they are now Igbos. The Robo man who believes that he is not Robo, he is Igbo, will not be the order of the day. By that way, because you accepted this ideology, you will believe that your land too belong to Igbo. So when the original Igbos are now coming to invade your land, you say it's no problem. After all, they are our brother. Before you know it, you are extincted from that thing. So if you don't have a long-term view of political ideologies, you say let's ignore them. If you don't have a long-term view of what this man is doing, you will say let's ignore them. But ignoring this man is at the peril of your youth. Even if you watch your comment, you see that some people are already saying that I know exactly what is happening. Look, when it comes to political schematics, political maneuvering, political chess game, whether it is from the north, whether it's from the Yoruba, whether it's from the east, when I say this is what is happening, please let's not argue. I know what I'm saying. So these people, when the same Nnamdi Kanu said he is going to get Nigeria without shooting a gun, he knew exactly what he was doing. But when he said that, he is going to first infect this generation. He's going to infect this generation with the ideology of Igbo supremacists. I saw one guy, Ufoma Biafra.
Oh my God.
That boy should be around, Ufoma Biafra should be around late 20s or early 30s. And you can see the passion with which he believes Nnamdi Kanu is his leader and he's a Biafra. Uwasofia that is Edo. You could see the passion with which she claims that she's Biafra. These are our children. These are our children who knows our culture. They know that in our culture, we respect our kings. They know that in our culture, we respect our elders. But they've been brainwashed with this ideology. Now, they don't have respect for elders. They don't have respect for kings. And they are trying to sow this seed to other youths. And by the time there's a chain reaction, if they are able to establish a chain reaction with this ideology, now because it is not physically represented yet, it is already manifesting in the subjective form. And the minds of our youth are already being affected. So it will be wrong to say, let's not take them seriously. We have to take them seriously. In fact, let me use this opportunity that if you know you are an Edo man, you are an Edo man, you are an Urobo man, you are a Niger Delta man, Nnamdi Kanu does not speak as good as I am. Nnamdi Kanu is not as articulate as I am. What he has is the support of his people who are embellishing him with their economic prowess and financial prowess. What we also need our people to do is to establish media outlets like yours, Nebo TV, Wounded Civilian, myself, Lady Joy Show. You have to pump and finance this outlet so that you can counter and break these ideologies. Because before now, even as big as I am, at one point in time, I was sold into this rubbish of this Biafran ideology. The Biafran ideology is not a movement for emancipation. It's a movement with a terrible agenda hidden under an existing situation that we all agree is bad for Nigeria. You get me? So Nigeria is bad. Let us shout Nigeria is bad. And because Nigeria is bad, let us sell the idea that we need Biafra. But the real truth is that we are looking for a land, we are looking for a country where we will place the Igbos as supreme, as the supreme people, as the best species. You understand
but
me?
Not all Igbos. So when we are saying Igbos,
no, it's true. It's true. It's true. Let me clarify that. Let me clarify that. Let me clarify. I know you are trying not to offend the ones that are good. I have very good Igbo friends, very, very good Igbo friends. Sometimes when I say this, I'm scared that they will be offended. But the loyalty for my people and the safety of the future of the children of my place is stronger than whatever feelings I have for my good friends. So they should know that the friendship I have with them cannot suppress the loyalty I have for the future of my children that are born in the region. You understand me? Now, what I am angry with this one that you say are good. There are very many good ones, liberal ones, that don't like what Nnamdi Kanu is doing. But
Okay.
Their voice is not
I've
loud
seen a
enough.
lot of
Their
them.
voice is
I've
their
seen a
voice
lot.
is not loud enough. Now, that brings me to one very crucial point here. Very, very crucial point. You and I, you are from Edo State, I'm from Urubuman. I want to ask you this question. You are from Edo State, I'm an Urubuman. Abi?
Mm.
Hello?
Yes.
You are an Edo woman, I am an Urubuman. Abi?
Yes.
Our cultures are similar. So I'm going to ask you a question. If Nnamdi Kanu were to be an Edo man, would it have been difficult for your Oba or your elders to call him and advise him and call him to order? Will
Yeah.
it will,
Yeah.
will it have been difficult? Will it have been
No.
difficult to call
No.
him to order?
No.
Okay.
No. It would have not be difficult. No. Yeah.
Now the same thing. If I was Nnamdi Kanu and I was behaving the way Nnamdi Kanu is doing, it would have been difficult for my elders to call me to order. But you see, this is a man from a people with a culture that says we don't have king, and they are proud enough to tell you that you know that we don't have king. When you say you don't have a king, it's like saying I don't have a father. It's like saying I'm a bastard. Because when you have a culture that suggests you have kings, it means you have people that have been keeping your heritage. You have people that have been keeping the story of your origin. When you don't have king, it means somewhere in between where you are unable to place kings, the story and history of your existence is lost. That is why today you are saying you are from Israel, and the Israel have disowned you, that you are not from there. Because you have not been establishing stools where you keep your identity, where you keep your history, where you keep who you say you are now lost as to knowing who you really are. Now, those people who have kept their own stools, like there are those who have kept their stools way back into the 16th century, and they can trace their history and story about who they are from way back down to present day. You that is born in 1967, you are not trying to say they are ogodomigodo because of what you read in paper. Are you honestly telling me that you are more knowledgeable than the sons and daughters of Edos? That so much so that these people don't know their history, you from nowhere can now begin to tell them their history. You that doesn't have records of, tell me an Igbo man, okay, we originated from this man. This man originated from this man. This man originated from this man, from this land, from that land. Or they will start telling that, no, we tie two wrappers. Where they tie two wrappers, we are all Igbos. Our language are similar. This is not history. It's not history. History is determined from stool, kingdoms, occupied by individuals. You say, okay, this person founded this place, he traveled from this place and settled here. He formed the first kingship of this place. He handed over to this person, he handed over to this person, he handed over to this person till we got to where we are today. That is called history. When you begin to say people tie two wrapper, people speak the same language, we eat the same food, that is not history. Those are coincidental similarities,
Sir,
which amounts to nothing.
one thing I saw about this social media lately, like what I was discussing with one of my friends the other day, that there are a lot of people with serious mental health issues on social media these days, and the social media has become a venue where they can advertise their mental health symptoms. Understand what I mean by that? So that is
Yeah, I don't.
what any sensible person should just digest what I just said. That there are many
Yeah,
people
of course.
falling a prey to this group of mental health or mentally ill people on social media. Okay, person like me, I will never be a prey to such people because I am a social worker by profession. This is not my profession. I know the symptoms of mental health issues. Okay, so there are many of them on social media, but unfortunately, many people are falling prey to these people, these mental health sick people who are sick.
That body is a psychopath.
Psych-
Psychopath.
mm,
Psychopaths have the gift of oratory.
mhm.
Adolf Hitler, a lot
Okay.
of they have gift of oratory.
Yeah,
Do you know why? Do you know why I believe the whole
mm,
IPOB nonsense? There's a psychotic influence with the whole IPOB charade. They have a prophet. I saw the prophet who says he see things that Nnamdi Kanu, the man, the Nnamdi Kanu is his brother, the wife of the man is Nnamdi Kanu's sister. The whole thing is a charade. And what Nnamdi Kanu did was that he knows his people are very proud. His people are very proud, and this, whether you're IPOB or not, they are by nature a very proud people. And the reason why they are proud is because after the Civil War, they've been able to rekindle themselves in terms of population and in terms of economic existence and subsistence. Now, what they fail to realize is that money is not culture. Money is just an existential attribute available for everybody. But they have been able to imbue money into the culture so much so that once you have money quantity, it is now a prerequisite to have a claim of cultural relevance. For you to have chieftaincy title, just have money to a certain level, you are qualified to have chieftaincy title. For you to be relevant in anything, just attain money to a level you have. In my place, it's not like that. Yes, it might be a contributor, but it's not everything. First, we must identify where you made your money. You can't just come from nowhere and you made money and they just give you chieftaincy title. It doesn't work like that in my place. You know it doesn't work like that in your place. You can't just go to abroad. Nobody has an idea of what you've been doing. Suddenly you come, you're erecting mansions and you're having money, and all of a sudden.
In Benin Kingdom, because I've been studying the Benin history, even Nebo TV, for all my followers, I would say 60% of our shows are based on Benin history here. So I'm a custodian. I'm a custodian of the Benin culture in diaspora. So in our culture, we have a kind of leadership echelon, that primogeniture. That is built around the primogeniture. Okay, if for instance your father was a king, you're gonna be, if you are the first one, you're gonna take the title after your father joined his ancestors. So primogeniture, there's no money can buy it from the family. You see the richness of our culture.
The reason why I asked you a question, why I asked you that question, if Nnamdi Kanu was an Edoman, if it would be difficult to call him to order, is this. Now you see, Nnamdi Kanu is behaving the way he's behaving, and nobody has found it necessary to call this man. The Ohanese people cannot call him. If they call him, he won't respond. The governors cannot call him. If they call him, he won't respond. Now, where it becomes even more dangerous is that he has succeeded to paint the elders of the East, the governors of the East, the politicians of the East, he has succeeded in painting them as bad people, as irrelevant people, with his Radio Biafra network. To an average Igbo youth between the ages of 18 to 20 to 30, they don't have faith in their kings, they don't have faith in their governors, they don't have faith in their politicians. And hold on. Yes, hold on. Now you see what he's doing. If you are able to take out the governors, able to take out your elders, able to take out your kings, you see, the something is narrowing down to himself. Then the last thing in which he wanted to do, but he got a nationwide attack, was trying to take out Christianity, trying to take his people away from Christianity, and introducing that clown. He said he's a prophet. That is a brother-in-law. That is now the prophet of his new Biafra land. That is going to sell whatever religion that is peddling as a traditional religion. You get me. So by the time you take out your traditional stool, your political representative, your governors, it is now left to him. And before now, that's why they call him supreme leader. So now a lot of this generation of Igbo youth, Nnamdi Kanu has succeeded to sever them between them and the governors and politicians and their elders, which is why I told that it is wrong to say let's not take them serious. Don't say that. Please don't tell your viewers not to. The truth is that if imagine in Edo State now, the youths are the strength of the nation. If the youth come up today, said they want to remove the Oba of Benin, If the youth of Edo go to that palace, say they want to remove, they'll remove him. If the youth come, I'm just trying to, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm just telling you the strength of the youth. If the youth decides that they want to remove the governor today, they'll remove him. If they are joined not by party affiliation, not by cultural affiliation, they say want to remove today they'll remove governor. So that is the strength of the youth. So that is what Nnamdi Kanu is targeting, to get the power of the youth to himself.
Like it's poisoning the minds of the youth, right? It's
yes, trying to get the youth by himself. And as far as the Igbo nation is concerned, Nnamdi Kanu has succeeded in that aspect.
But not
get
all
one. I get one. The youth. I'm talking about the youth. You need to talk to one of these youth and see how really brainwashed they are. Then you will not be so lackadaisical trying to wave this threat away. Even my own brother, my fellow Robo, one young boy, he has attacked me and insulted me. You know that it doesn't happen in our culture. A young boy like that cannot just see me knowing that I'm old enough to be his father and start insulting me. It doesn't happen in Robo land. But this Nnamdi Kanu is introducing into our culture. And this is why we say we cannot sit down and say, we should not take them seriously. That is the greatest mistake anybody will do. We think that, no, don't ever say that. Today, somebody called me and said that, somebody called me today, young boy.
The hate message that is promoting on social media. I saw these days the way some Igbo youth are leaving comments on my YouTube channel. I said, wow, this is not the Nigeria where I grew up. How come?
No, we are used to. You are used to. If you are noticing now, that means I'm used to them. This is the handwork of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu has destroyed the whole generator. They abuse you. Some of them will call you prostitute. Some of them will call you a shower. Some of them will call you unprintable names.
Yeah,
this is who they are.
Yeah, we're supposed to be one, but these days I can see the attitude of social media, how the Igbo youths are very aggressive. I was wondering, I said, what is going on with Igbo youth these days?
That is the handwork.
Nigeria, those days we consider ourselves our brothers and sisters. How come these days the Igbo youth are leaving insulting messages for me on social? I was wondering. Because I don't follow them that much. I'm a busy person. I have a lot.
So I don't follow your own are insults. Yeah, wait now, you will still see threat to your life. They will soon leave threat to you that they will come and kill you. That's it. You will soon get to that. I have many tapes there, many voice messages saying that they will kill me and skin me, cut me into pieces.
This is not good. No, this is not good. This is not good. This hate messages on social media that Nnamdi Kanu, because I had the opportunity to meet with Nnamdi Kanu before here in Toronto.
You said so.
Yeah, I had, because they invited me to come and cover the event. When he was talking, I said, are you serious? Is this a maniac or psychopathic maniac or something?
He's a maniac.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Let me quickly, now that I remember something, you are going to be happy that I remember this thing. You'll be happy I remembered something. This thing. Somebody posted and said, are you aware that the Northern hegemony are agreeing for restructuring? Are you aware?
No.
Okay. I'm using the word agreeing. I don't want to say has agreed, because I live in the North. I know the game. So the North has agreed. I want to put the word agreed in inverted commas. The North has agreed for restructuring. Do you know why the North is agreeing for restructuring? They are not going to accept restructuring. But they have agreed for restructuring because they want us now to know the hypocrisy of the Biafran agitation. Biafra, the proponents or protagonists of Biafra are saying that they want to leave Nigeria because the Igbos are shortchanged. Nigeria has been unfair to the Igbos, right? Okay. We are not saying in a restructured system, your 5 Igbo states, you have whatever you want. You'll be entitled to control the wealth of your 5 Igbo states. Do whatever you want to do with it. The South will control their wealth. The North has agreed now that yes, they too will control their wealth. But do you know why they agreed? Do you know why they are agreeing? Because I'm more comfortable with the word agreeing. Do you know why they are agreeing? They know that if they agree, they want to tell the rest of us the hypocrisy of Biafra. You will see that if the North now come down and say, okay, let us structure this country according to how everybody will benefit, you will see that the next thing we'll be battling is these people with their conniving Biafra agitation. The Biafra is never about unfair treatment. Close the door.
No, why?
Close the
Maybe
door.
maybe they don't understand the history of Biafra at that time. What happened that led Ojukwu to declare secession in Nigeria? Maybe these people need a little bit of awareness, and people are not treating them
So
too.
you cannot talk to them. They believe you have nothing to share to them if it is
Mm,
not Nnamdi Kanu. There was a video I made which had
oh, this is
there was a video I made. There was a video I made which had all the underpinnings of common sense. You just watch that video and you know that yes, this man just said the truth. A boy's comment there was that, well, I will not say anything yet until I hear from my leader, Nnamdi Kanu. That is how much influence this man has on them.
He has brainwashed
So
them.
when he said he was going to bring the zoo down with his Radio Biafra, the question is, how do you use Radio Biafra to bring the zoo down? When you are talking, fellow Nigerians, we are going to do the zoo, then the Nigerian armies will start dropping and be dying. The Nigerian armies will just start dropping and dying. Or Buhari will just start getting one sickness and start dying, or what? Or when you start transmitting a kind of virus will just be spreading to Nigeria and be killing Fulanis. So it beats my imagination how somebody believes that a mere radio transmission can bring a nation down. The truth is not bringing, the Radio Biafra is not going to bring Nigeria down in the context you think about. No, hold on, madam. What he was saying was that he's going to use the Radio Biafra to capture the minds of the youth. So much so that the youth will not believe in anything any other person says if it is not him.
Yes.
Because he said that it is Elohim. It is said it is Elohim that ordained him. That Elohim gave him Elohim gave him three pillars on how to bring Nigeria down. He's going to let his followers know too, but the last one is only him that will keep it. Can you imagine such stupidity? And then I'll be following you. I'll be following you. I'll be following you because only you have the last secret that will bring the zoo down. And I keep telling them, why would you describe Nigeria as a zoo? If Nigeria is a zoo, wouldn't you be happy? At least you now know that the Fulanis will be in their own cage. Fulanis will not leave their own cage to come and attack us, antelope. Because in a zoo, the lions don't leave their cage to go and attack the antelope. Everybody.
Honestly, I don't really follow this Biafra.
Medical personnel in that zoo, they treat it so why you keep referring to Nigeria as a zoo? A zoo is not a negative term as you put it. Every time I hear zoo, I say, okay, I've been to a zoo, even as poor as our zoo is in Nigeria. You still find out that the antelope is in his cage, the lion in his cage, the python in his cage. If anyone is sick, there's a health department that goes to treat them. Though they may not be fed as adequately as the zoo in Toronto, but a zoo is not as chaotic as you tend it to look like. At night, the zoo is very peaceful. The zoo is the most peaceful place that you can ever have. Is Nigeria at peace? So you keep saying Nigeria is a zoo. I'm wondering what kind of metaphor that are you using to describe Nigeria? It makes no sense to me. That is because this is somebody pretending to possess intellectual thinking, when indeed he's just an educated trader, one who knows how to trade. He was engaged in barbing saloon until all these traders and rich men decided to pump money to him, and he got a scheme asking every Igbo man around the world to be contributing money into one fund that is called Defense Fund, and he was raking in hundreds of millions of dollars every month. A king majestically, he now wears a small cap to say he's a saint, he has spiritual endowment, all these things. The man is just operating all the ambience of psychological manipulation. And these youths who have decided not to go to school, they want to do business. are falling for it. So what we should be doing is to protect our own youth from being infected by this Nnamdi Kanu ideology. Please don't say we should not take him serious. I think you're the third person that has. I'm going to take him serious, and I'll be here to ensure that I counter whatever psychotic influence is distributing to my people.
I understand you clearly now. I've not been following the trend, honestly. I've not been following the trend. I don't report news about Biafrans because
Give me water.
The last time I met Nnamdi Kanu here in Toronto, the way he was talking, for me, I just classify him as someone with serious mental health issues that's supposed to be checked into one mental health clinic. You know, since then, I've not been taking him so seriously. I never knew that people believe in him so much like this. But I saw that many Igbo youths are leaving hate messages. I was wondering, I said, how come only Igbo youths are leaving this type of hate messages? They call Nigeria zoo.
That's very good.
And one other thing, I believe everything that you just narrated about these Biafrans, you know, he said President Buhari is dead. Could you believe that many people outside the Biafrans also believe now that President Buhari is dead? He was able to manipulate the minds of many people outside the Biafrans. I saw some Edo people.
Let me explain that Buhari is dead scenario. Let's assume, for purpose of aligning with the thought of Nnamdi Kanu, that Buhari is dead. Let's actually assume Buhari is dead. By the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Osibanjo takes over. Osibanjo takes over as president of Nigeria, right? Okay. The main purpose why the Yorubas supported Buhari in the last dispensation was in the hope that Buhari will die sooner than expected. Then their own son will take over, right? Now, if truly Buhari is dead, the question is this: are you honestly believing that the Yorubas will keep quiet, sensing that an opportunity for them to take over government has presented itself? They will play along and allow Buhari to finish, when in the first instance, they supported him because they were expecting him to die. And now that he's died, you say, no, let us support him to the end. Whereas our son, Osibanjo, who is now the vice president, is a little less than irrelevant in this administration. Was that why you supported Buhari, just to bring our son, Osibanjo, there to remain irrelevant? Was that the reason why? So it becomes very difficult to accept that people of this century can actually believe that is the extent to which this man has been able to capture the minds of these people. If Buhari is dead, nobody will know it faster than the Yoruba people. What I will agree is that the man is senile. He's sick. Is sick. That's why they are hiding him. They are just trying to manage him till as far as they can manage him.
Yeah, to the end.
What I also believe that he's not the one making the decisions to run Nigeria.
Exactly.
A group of people that are managing him are the ones taking this draconian decision. That does not preclude the fact that Buhari is a bad person. He is bad, but the people managing the country is not Buhari as it is right now.
Yes,
but to say Buhari is dead, to say Buhari is dead, and the only person who knows that is Nnamdi Kanu, the entirety of the Yoruba kingdom, who had waited and probably are still waiting for this opportunity for this man to kaput, so that their own brother will take over. You say that they don't know.
Well, let me give you one story. I don't want to cut you short. The day Nnamdi Kanu came to Toronto here, when we went to cover the event, you know what he said? I still have the video on YouTube and Facebook. It's very popular among the Biafrans. He said that the day Buhari died, he was aware of it. So he was aware of the very day Buhari died. I was wondering, I said, in the whole world, how come only Nnamdi Kanu, who is the enemy of Buhari at that time, was aware of the death of Buhari? Why nobody, apart from only Nnamdi Kanu, saw the dead Buhari?
That is why that Buhari death thing. The Buhari death thing is one of the antics that which we use to hold people. You want to tell me that This man went to visit Donald Trump. USA, with all their high intelligence, didn't know that an impostor is leaving Nigeria to come and
visit them.
visit Trump. And then Trump will come and give him audience talking to an impostor. Before anything that is happening around the world, the American intelligence, that's the CIA, they already know it. You understand me?
He said he was aware of the very day Buhari died. He said he was aware of where he died, everything. I was just wondering, and people around
there's one video they're circulating.
This is when he was saying it, the Biafrans around him were all shouting and hailing him. I was just wondering, I said, are you guys out of your minds? Are you kidding me?
I attended their meeting twice. I attended their meeting twice. And I was appalled because everything about the meeting was centered about Nnamdi Kanu. No, our leader is coming to do. Our leader. And I'm like,
me God, so the Biafra said, me God, honestly.
And do you know what he did to further ensure his leadership and the captivity of the minds of these people? He established what is called command and control. You cannot just jump and talk to the top. You must start from the bottom. The question is, can you ever get to the top? Only those who talk at the top are those 5 people since the last 8 years. I've not seen anybody. There's one guy they call Tari Nemi. Tari Nemi should be around. All these are young boys of between 25 to 35. If you see the passion with which this guy was trying to convince me to come at the helm of affair, and when I said no, if you also see the same passion with which this guy insulted the living daylight out of me. Now, the person I'm talking to you is not Igbo, is Ijo. And that's exactly what this man is targeting. That's why he's not interested in meeting these elders. To him, he has written off these elders. That's why he doesn't want to go to the south to consult with anybody, because he believes in the next 20 years or 30 years, these elders will die off. And this young generation that he has sown and infected with this Igbo supremacist ideology will not be the ones that will take this age. By then, the whole idea and all this thing that wherever they are trying to wrap is Igbo, they would have accepted it. The other guy that made a video towards me for Ufoma Biafra, very young guy. That guy can't be more than 30 at most. But you can see the passion with which he's ready to die for Nnamdi Kanu. But what he doesn't know is that dying for Nnamdi Kanu is selling your land for these people. They will tell that, oh, who told you? We have oil in the east. Where oil there is? People who are landlocked. How many oil will you produce for how many years?
Sir, you know, the structure of Nigeria will not give them this opportunity to strive in the country. There's no need. That is why the first day I saw Nnamdi Kanu, since then I stopped following them. Anytime I see anything about Biafra, I don't treat them seriously.
The Biafra thing is not
I don't treat them seriously because when I saw who is their leader, the way he was talking, you know, for me, I don't think I will waste my time discussing about them, even following them, or even devoting my time reporting news about them. Honestly, I don't want.
I asked one of their followers. I said, have you ever seen any time that Nnamdi Kanu, after making a video, came the next day and said, okay, my broadcast of so date, I had said so date, and because of the outcry that followed the broadcast, I am deeply sorry for what I said. Have you ever seen him say that? No, because everything he says is right. Now, if somebody is talking for 8 years, is it possible that you'll be talking almost twice a week? That's there are 52 weeks in a year, Abi? Yes, 52 weeks in a year times 2. That's 104 broadcasts times 8. That's 8,040 broadcasts. And you say in all these broadcasts he has not made any mistake that he wants to recount. Makes no sense. It makes no sense to me. So somebody cannot be that right cannot be that correct. But that is the impression he has shown to this people, that he is gifted from God. God, I spoke to a well-educated man, a very rich man. He said, God single-handedly chose Nnamdi Kanu. And I'm like, wow. I've been relating with you. I don't know this is the kind of mindset you have. He said God single-handedly, and then he said that the Nigerian government offered Nnamdi Kanu vice president. I said, who vice waiting?
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Who was there? Who was there when they offered him vice president? So you could see the machinery that this man has in place. And when he broke up with this his deputy Uche Mefo, I took time to say, okay, let me listen to Uche Mefo. I just saw that what Uche Mefo is doing is just an attempt to grab the popularity that Nnamdi Kanu has to himself. So he continues with this Elohim and all this nonsense that this man is doing.
He said the Nigerian government granted Nnamdi Kanu the position of vice president.
But he refused. You're just lying. You're just lying to these people, making them believe that you are a saint, you are this thing. The same you that refused vice presidency, the same you are collecting money from governors of your state.
Lord have mercy. So let's go back to the topic of today. You know, that's why I don't want to be wasting my time discussing about all these people. You know, I really don't want to be wasting my time.
The reason why we should talk about it, so that our listeners do not think that we have deviated. This BRACED security network, we should guard it jealously from the influence of Nnamdi Kanu and his Eastern Security Network.
No, the Eastern Security Network is a kind of an imaginary network that they are proposing for Biafra land if they secede from the country. So
that includes you. That includes you.
No. Let's just forget about them. Let's talk about this.
Okay, let's continue. Let's continue.